Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Auntie Derek's Daytime Tea, where we discuss the latest celebrity in the news. And we do it live every weekday starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at auntiederek.com. I'm your host, Auntie Derek, and today is Wednesday, August 26th. So with me on the mic, I have my fabulous co-host. We're going to start with my gorgeous Moon. Hello, gorgeous.
Good morning.
Good morning. And next we have my icy chili, but I believe she has to mute at the moment. So she'll chime in when she can. Hey, my love. And next we have my incomparable Libra queen. Hey, cutie,
Hey y'all.
with your cute self. And shout out to the listeners holding it down in the chat as well. Well, y'all, like always, I think we got some good old tea to sip. So let's go ahead and dive right in.
Tea time.
Yes. Now, unfortunately, I have to report that after still processing the loss of Dolly Parton yesterday, we have lost another icon, Tim Curry. We were literally just talking about him not too long ago in his when it was Jackie Washington Day. And man, I girl, I'm like, damn, can we at least get a breather first? You know what I'm saying? Like this is wow.
It
But
is wild.
you all should see what I've just shared here by way of TMZ. Actor Tim Curry dead at 80, the same age Dolly Parton was. Well, Tim Curry, the legendary film and TV actor best known for playing Dr. Frankenfurter in the cult classic The Rocky Horror Picture Show, has died, TMZ has learned. Sources tell TMZ the actor, who had been plagued with serious health issues for more than a decade, passed away late Tuesday night at his Los Angeles home. Law enforcement sources tell TMZ police responded to his house at 11:23 p.m. Tuesday night. We're told there is no foul play suspected in the case. Dispatch audio obtained by TMZ reveals police responded to a death investigation at his home. The Los Angeles Fire Department says they were called earlier in the night over a medical emergency, and the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. Tim got his start in Hollywood in the late 1960s before catching his big break in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. While initially ignored by critics, the film developed a second life as a cultural event in the midnight movie space, much like The Room would decades later. Fans may also recognize Tim as the terrifying clown Pennywise from the 1990 adaptation of Stephen King's It, and his role as Mr. Hector in Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. Tim's other credits include Annie, Clue, the Red, the Hunt for Red October, Muppet Treasure Island, Adam's Family Reunion, and Scary Movie 2. Tim was universally respected in the acting world, receiving 3 Tony nominations and an Emmy nod during his 5 decades in the industry. While always an active performer, both in his film roles and on stage as a theater actor, health issues slowed Tim down in recent years. He suffered a massive stroke in 2012, which required brain surgery. Last year, around the time he released his memoir, Vagabond, Tim stated he was still unable to walk. TMZ last caught up with Tim in 2017 when they asked him what he thought of the Bill Skarsgård led It film. Tim was 80 years old, and may he rest in peace. And you know what I have to say, because Tim was a class act, he probably did nothing but say, "Oh, I'm sure it's a wonderful, wonderful film, and Bill did a great job." But yeah,
Man, Auntie, they come in threes. I feel like we need to brace ourselves for the third one. Because, Jesus.
We don't
yeah,
know. That was one of the third. There's been a bunch actually.
Well, who was the
Hannah
first?
Hannah
Who?
Pinnier,
Oh, that's right. Shit.
Dolly. Also, there was another
That
black
is the
lady.
third.
There's a
Shit.
there was another black lady who died. Also, Michael Wright. Yeah, we
Oh.
they leaving in groves.
yeah,
They
and
say the hell with
You know
this.
what? You're right. Because we didn't have so many back to back. I wasn't even thinking. Yes.
the black woman that Quinn is talking about, I saw that not too long ago. What was her name? She was like a legendary songwriter from Motown, I believe.
Yeah,
Mm.
What was her
I
name? Give
wasn't
me.
familiar with her, but I meant to look up her story because they talked about it. Someone was talking about deaths, the recent deaths, and they mentioned her when they were mentioning Dolly.
Yep. So it looks like her name was Janie Bradford Hobbs. And let me see. I got this Rolling Stone article that talks about her. So may she rest in peace as well. And thank you, girl, for your because you know I'm a Motown kind of bitch, honey. It looks like she was 87. So, whew, that is that on that. May she, may Tim, may Dolly, Hayden, everybody else we have lost, may y'all rest in peace, man. This is 2026 is it look like it's showing its ass, honey. For real.
Being showing this ass. I'm tired. Shit.
Oof. Well, one icon who is very much still alive, honey, and she wants you to know, like, what y'all talk about my sexuality for? Hold up now. Shaka Khan, baby, that Aries queen. You all should see. I have just shared here by way of the root. And it tells us Shaka Khan keeps it real in hilarious new interview. So I'm going to share my screen while I read this because I know y'all see like the thumbnail just says the root. So let me share my screen here. Well, look at her, just that fabulous Aries queen. Yes. Well, legendary singer Shaka Khan has long been entertaining audiences with her powerful voice and iconic discography. But over the last several years, her straight shooting personality and blunt yet hilarious interviews have been just as enjoyable. Now it looks like she's at it again, as evidenced by her latest chat with The Observer. And trust us when we tell you, the conversation is filled with some hilarious frank moments and a few surprises. We're breaking down some of the highlights. One of the biggest highlights from Khan's interview involved comments she made about her sexuality. When the interview tried to compliment the Sweet Thing singer by describing her as a straight icon who has long supported the LGBTQIA plus community, Khan immediately pushed back on the label and let off a shocking response. A straight icon? What's the straight part? What do you mean? Straight in what way? After the reporter clarified that they were referencing Khan being heterosexual, the singer gave an eyebrow raising response. Am I? How do you know what the fuck I am? I don't ever share that part of my life. That's nobody's business but mine. I am for everybody. I don't care what you sleep with at night. If your heart is in the right place, that is all I care about. While Khan kept details of her sexuality to herself, she did give a little insight into her love life, explaining that at this point in her life, she was no longer interested in getting married. And what she said had us nodding our heads in deep understanding. I'm going to just mosey along and let life do what it do. One of them is not necessarily a partner. Khan said in part, I'm not looking for that. I'm partnered out. Khan was married twice, once in 1970 when she was 17 and again in 1976. Now she joins the ranks of other women like Whoopi Goldberg, who intentionally enjoy their single status and are making the pursuit of a serious relationship less a priority. Less of a priority, excuse me. What was perhaps the most hilarious part of the interview was when the I'm Every Woman singer made it clear that she wasn't interested in addressing her past sexual conquest as she had in times past. She also pushed back against the perception that she had relationships with the male singer she toured with decades ago. God, you're not going to ask me if I slept with Prince, are you? Khan began, going on about how often she's been asked that question and others related to her love life. She continued, it's sad that they just assume I'm either a whore or a singer. Make up your mind. What do you want me to be? I'm not going to lie to you and add to your fantasy. This ain't Disneyland. I'm living for real. If I slept with all the guys I've done tours with, I don't know what I'd be right now. I'd probably be dead. However, she did credit the purple one for helping her kick her drug addiction and persuading her to get clean and go to rehab. He plucked me out of a place where I was trying to survive. My record company was in my ass, being the meanest people on the planet. I felt like I was being pimped, Khan shared. I cried a lot because I was falling out of love with music. I was ready to throw in the towel, and then Prince came along. Prince told me to go to rehab. That was hilarious. So one thing she got, let's say, look, don't just assume that I'm hetero now. Like how you know I'm hetero? I ain't never said I was. All you know that I was married twice. You don't know what I keep that part of my life. If I like to get it licked every now and then by a stud every now and then, that's my business. But shout out to her. I listen, her interviews are one of my favorite interviews. I talk about it all the time. Was when she was talking about how Mary J. Blige fucked up Sweet Thing. Like, girl, what were you doing? Were you smoking crack or what? Like, it, she was, oh well, girl, I was just up. We was up all night. Then we got up in the morning and sang. You don't sing nothing at 8 o'clock in the motherfucking morning, girl. I'm sorry, but yeah. Shout out to Shaka Khan, that Aries queen. Well, that is that on that, honey. Some other news that I hate to have to share, but Sydney Starr was denied bond. And you all should see. Oh, sorry, give me 1 second. The link that I was trying to copy disappeared, but I got it now. And you all should see what I have just shared here by way of TMZ. Love and Hip Hop, Sydney Starr denied bond in child molestation case. So, girl, let's get into it. Sydney Starr was denied bond in her child molestation and sodomy case in Georgia. The state had recommended a no bond status for the Love and Hip Hop alum who has been charged with sodomy, sexual battery against a child under 16, and aggravated child molestation. The alleged victim's mother spoke in court, telling the judge her son needs intensive therapy in order to heal from the alleged assault, according to multiple reports. She asked the judge to deny Starr's bond, saying, at this age, when he should feel safe, innocent, and protected, he is now forced to cope with trauma that no child should ever have to endure. The alleged victim's mother continued, we'll do anything possible to remain strong for our child, but our family feels as though our sense of safety and normalcy has been taken away. Meanwhile, the defense argued that Starr isn't a flight risk because of her good nature and ties to Georgia. An investigator also discussed details about the allegations against Starr. They said she told hate-filled detectives that she engaged in sexual contact with the person she called Larry. According to the investigator, Larry is a minor who left the room afterward and also identified Starr. The reality TV personality told cops that the male had gotten in the elevator with her at the Embassy Suites Hotel and went to her room after telling her he was 18. When the judge acknowledged Starr has no, while the judge acknowledged Starr has no prior criminal history, her bond was ultimately denied. Damn, homie. Hate to see it. Really, I do. But look, what Cup say the last time? Look, if you have to ask if somebody's 18, honey, that means in the back of your mind, you kind of know that person may not be. And
Also, what did she expect in fucking Georgia in the climate that we're in? Be fucking
hello.
for real. Like,
Oh, girl, hello. Mm, 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 mm.
They finna put her ass under the jail. Hmm.
Unfortunately, and I think they are certainly going to. She's a popular black trans woman, honey. I certainly think they're going to use and make her an example, make an example out of her for sure. I hope they don't. Knock on wood. I am praying that they don't. But honey, look, just like Libra Queen said, it's Georgia. So I mean, there you go. Well, what we got next, y'all? So how about Clarissa Shields is a stan? She's part of the Hive. Not that that makes us, like her anymore, but I just think that was
okay,
don't you be nice to your sister in Hive, man.
Look
sister in
here.
Hive is
Why
crazy because
wouldn't
I
she
told
be
you
a
I'm
hive?
a
Duh.
child of destiny. The fuck?
Why are we surprised? Why wouldn't she be? Like,
Of
duh.
course. Yeah, because Beyonce is literally that girl. So yeah.
Right.
But she Clarissa actually wants Beyonce to walk her out. And she
Look
tells
at
this
y'all.
to
Okay, now this bitch is cuckoo. Now she's cuckoo. See? See?
well, a
Even
See?
girl can dream.
Look, keep them dreams to yourself. Some girl, you out here
it could
looking
be a
like
sweet
a
dream
mental
or
health
a
patient
beautiful
every other day.
nightmare.
Girl, girl. No. Beyonce to walk you out, bitch. Beyonce to come to your come where? To who? To somebody that ain't even divorced? Yeah, you really on one, bitch.
I don't know though, but Beyonce does have a history of helping out like the younger girls and stuff like that.
Listen, Beyonce don't associate herself with certain types of people. I'm gonna just say that. No,
Help
there's
out the
certain
girls. I'm
there's
not
certain
your daddy. What you mean? Walk you out. Walk what?
there's
Oh, walk
certain
her
type of
out.
people. There's certain type of people and certain type of situations that Beyonce is not attaching her name to, and that's that on that.
Oh,
And oop, y'all are cracking me up. Well, she was talking to that old raggedy ass Michael Babcock from TMZ, and I thought it was a cute little conversation. But let's see what she has to say
We
about.
don't want. We don't want to.
Oof.
We're so tired. 1, 2, 3 with Lisa.
Let's hear her talk about her being a fan, among some other things.
Greatest woman of all time. How about just in the conversation for greatest of all time, period, man or woman?
Shakur told me take the W out my name. Terrence take the W out. Everybody wants to take the W out, and they can't consider me that. Like I consider myself a GOAT too.
Yeah.
But for me personally, like Muhammad Ali did so much for my life.
Yeah.
And he inspired me, and he yelled, "I'm the greatest of all time," which inspired me to say I'm the greatest woman of all time, and to accept my calling. So I always hold him first. We do these pound lists and the best fighters in the world. For me, it'll always be Muhammad Ali, and then right under Muhammad Ali, Claressa Shields.
Okay.
So I take second place to him and him only.
Right. Again, it's like he's almost bigger than just an athlete. Obviously, he
was
means so much more
an
to
activist.
People.
He was a poet.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a motivator. He was a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
A tap dancer, whatever you want to. Yeah. I mean, Muhammad Ali was everything.
He could do everything.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before I let you go? Anything I didn't ask about? Talk to the people. Yes.
You didn't ask me who inspires me.
Who inspires you?
Beyonce.
Okay.
Tell Beyonce before I retire. Where the camera?
Talk to Beyonce. There you go.
Beyonce, listen, baby girl. Before I retire, which is in 8 more years, I'll retire when I'm 38. So it's actually 7 years. Sorry. I need you to walk me out. You pick the song. And you can only perform 30 seconds, 1 minute, whatever you decide. But before I retire, I need Beyonce to walk out the greatest woman of all time. And that's my only for nothing else. I won't even ask you for a picture if that's not what you want. But come walk look, I'm not saying right now. I know I'm A-list, you A-list, but I ain't talking about right now. I'm talking about
okay, this bitch is delusional.
3, 4, 5, even my last fight. Walking me out, and my dreams in boxing would be they will
complete everything is done at that
complete.
point.
I don't ever have to walk out again.
At first, I thought she said walk her to her. I forgot the walkout for boxing. I was thinking walk her across the aisle that she ain't getting married.
No, talk about at a boxing match.
I know. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
That's I don't think that's unreasonable, and I honestly think Beyonce might do it.
I don't know about that. Maybe if it was a Make-A-Wish. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know if Beyonce. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, time will tell. We'll see.
Yuck.
Well, speaking of yuck, honey, Adrian Bronner, honey.
Wow, Jesus. Go the bad to worse. Jesus, okay. Lord.
Girl. While we talking about, fighters and But you all should see what I just shared here by way of TMZ. Adrian Bronner faces charge over trespass arrest after Florida casino's lifetime ban. And this casino, we talked about this casino before because this I believe this is the same one that they were shooting at Offset at. But anyway, former boxer Adrian Bronner is facing a criminal trespass charge after cops say he showed up at a Florida casino despite being banned for life, TMZ has learned. According to court documents, Adrian is charged with trespass in connection with an alleged incident at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The Seminole Police Department report says officers were called to the casino in April 2024 over an alleged trespass. They say Adrian was issued a lifetime ban from the casino back in August 2023, but he came back anyway, leading to his arrest. The case has apparently dragged on for years, and recently the court issued a warrant for Adrian's arrest. Adrian has yet to respond to the case. As TMZ first reported, Adrian is facing an unrelated civil lawsuit brought by an alleged sexual assault victim. The boxer adamantly denies the accusations. And I don't know why he would deny it because we saw it on video, like during Dean the Great stream. Like we saw that clip. He literally asked that girl to get him some head. She said no. He threw a bottle of a pot of water at her.
Okay, at this point, is he even a boxer?
Right. We know he's a creep for sure. But boxer, I don't know. I ain't trying to find out because he might try to box on me, and I don't want that.
but he about to go to jail. Hmm. Mm, I guess.
Well, our next story, honey. So remember how we read about Khadijah Hawk yesterday, and we learned that she is accustomed. She and her children are accustomed to a certain lifestyle, and she wants her ex or her estranged husband to help out. So she's asking the courts and stuff, for help, and asking for spouses and child support and stuff. And you know what her ex husband did? Blocked her. I mean, literally blocked her, honey. You all should see. I just shared here by way of TMZ. The girl star Khadijah Hawk accuses ex of blocking her amid divorce battle. Girl, well, the girl star Khadijah Hawk is slamming her estranged husband and ex NFL star Bobby McRae as they continue to duke it out in divorce court. And now she's claiming he blocked her phone. TMZ obtained court docs filed by Khadijah in which she claims her text messages to Bobby are no longer being delivered, leading her to believe he blocked her number. Khadijah says the alleged blocking went down over the past 2 weeks. She says she confirmed he received text messages from our daughter and a mutual friend and insists it's important for them to stay in contact specifically regarding the children so I can keep him apprised and notify him in case of an emergency related to any of our children. The revelation was made in Khadijah's motion seeking a total of $7,000 a month in child and spousal support. She claimed she has been forced to borrow money from family and friends because he hasn't provided meaningful support since they split up over 3 years ago. Khadijah said she spent most of the marriage as a stay-at-home mom, but was recently paid $150,000 to film the new Hulu show with her BFF Khloe Kardashian. Bobby has yet to respond to the claims in court. Girl, I'm sorry. He blocked her. Sir, it's just that I know I'm blocked because he's still able to text our daughter and a mutual friend. So none of my messages are being delivered. Bobby, unblock her. Y'all got three
Boy,
girls.
I wonder how they fell out because what the marrying these niggas and having their baby is not worth it, y'all. I don't know. It's like what the hell.
Girl, I agree, honey. I for him to have this kind of reaction is well because what based off of what we know off of reading yesterday's article, he doesn't really see the kids like that, but we do know that they're texting based off of this article. But she said he hasn't seen them in person in a very long time, and he has only paid under $3,000 for household expenses, and then gave her no money for the kids.
I
So,
what's the problem? Why you don't want to take care of the kids, the woman you married? I'm confused. What's the problem?
like, did she cheat or like what the hell is going? Like, because he to me blocking her, you don't block somebody unless you like truly done or you in your feelings or something done happened between them.
Yeah, and I don't know. To not to distance yourself from your children. Well, I guess not see them, but I guess you talk to. I don't know. This is weird.
Mhm.
Now I want the real tea. What happened? Because this is real flagrant.
Shoot, let's call Malika. Let's call Khadijah's twin and see Malika. I might say Malika even because I know Khadijah ain't gonna tell me, but I'm gonna see if Malika gonna tell me. So,
This
if
is
you're
weird.
listening and you are close to this situation, send a bitch an email, auntie@auntiederek.com, or hit me up on social media in the DMs or whatever's clever. But if you know, I know one of y'all know. So let me know.
What did she say in the text message? Because maybe she wasn't talking about the kids. I mean, just because he blocked her and she messaged him, what was she saying? I mean, I think that deserves some kind of scrutiny, but you really shouldn't block, the mother of your children. But I guess he said if something wrong, the kids can send him a message. I was like, oh man.
But the kids know how to reach me, and our mutual friend can reach me, but you can't text me, girl.
I'm like, damn. The way it's presented, it's like they ain't fell out. Like, oh, maybe they did. I'm like, what? Why? So what's the beef? What's the beef?
We gonna find out, honey. We gonna find. They say he has yet to respond in court yet, but he will be because I'm sure he has to unless he wants a warrant out for his arrest.
Mm,
We gonna
boy, these
see.
little relationships be struggling.
Yes, Lord. Girl, well, this next story I have, honey. When I tell you, you know, it takes a lot to gag Auntie Derek, honey, literally and figuratively. But honey, I was gagged.
We did not need all of that. We did not need that extra. Jesus.
I mean, did you hear this heifer? Literally, figured like
I said, well,
he
we
just
did
threw
not
that
need
in
that.
there.
Right.
I'm sorry, y'all know I can't help myself now.
Like, well, damn, bitch.
But this next story I'm sharing here by way of TMZ. Remember, we had just was it our Monday show? We just talked about Raquel Lee suing Disney because she felt that Disney and Disney executives failed to protect her while she was working on the Poof Point. Baby, this news just came out that Mark Curry done quietly settled a lawsuit with her some years ago, while he could because he played her dad on the Poof Point. So you all see where it says here by way of TMZ. Raquel Lee reached confidential settlement with Mark Curry before suing Disney. Ain't confidential no more. Well, Raquel Lee reportedly made a secret settlement with actor Mark Curry long before suing Disney for failing to protect her from allegedly getting raped as a teenager. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Raquel reached a confidential settlement agreement in 2015 with Curry, who played her dad on The Poof Point. Prominent attorney Gloria Allred, who represented more than 30 of Bill Cosby's accusers, represented Raquel in the settlement. No word at the moment on what the private resolution was for. As TMZ previously reported, Raquel is suing Disney, claiming she was raped and sexually assaulted by an unnamed adult employee when she was just 14, alleging the studio didn't protect her. She alleges Disney repeatedly put her in close contact with the man she says abused her, saying staffers told her to bond with him while they were filming back in 2001. According to the suit, Raquel says the man raped and sexually assaulted her in his hotel room, continued abusing her during production, and claims he sexually assaulted her on a flight back to California. She alleges Disney execs blamed her after her behavior. I'm sorry, blamed her after her behavior and performance had changed dramatically, saying her acting career was ruined and she suffered years of emotional and psychological harm. She's suing Disney for negligence and wants unspecified damages. I,
Well,
uh, based off of that, what
it sounds like he's the one that had as much access to her as anybody else. I saw
and
that and it just disappointed my heart.
you see, I'm gagged, right? Uh, uh, nigga, Mark, Mr. Cooper, uh, uh, mm, mm-mm. And don't we know? Because they said they were flying from flight back to California. Isn't he a proud California native? Or doesn't he live and like does a lot of I don't want to say activism, but I remember like when something was happening with gas, he was on the news and stuff like that. So mm, I listen, all signs to me are pointing to Mark. I know I need new glasses, but shit, all signs that I'm seeing are pointing to Mark Curry because it was an unnamed employee. They kept saying employee, so because I'm thinking maybe it was somebody on production or something like that. But no, I now I'm thinking it was Mr. Curry. I don't. I'm a follow. I'm gonna see it because he hasn't come out and said anything yet that I've seen. So I'm gonna be watching. Ooh, Mark, I'm so disappointed, honey. I shouldn't be like I shouldn't be surprised, but I
Well,
am.
I know because yes, we still should be surprised. Like we expected more from him, and that's why. And if he did do it, don't come out and say a goddamn thing. I don't want to hear shit unless you was just you vigorously defended. It wasn't me. It was somebody else, and then we're gonna need a name.
Yep.
I need to know because I can't trust you now, buddy. I'm sad. This is terrible.
And,
I,
oh, We were just talking about, not too long ago on the show, about how Claudia Jordan pretty much outed him and Too Short, saying they had some of the biggest dinglings in the industry, and now he's using his blessing to be a predator. Like, sir, I'm so disgusted. Oh, God. Well, that is that on that, honey. Some other updates of some stuff that I think we just talked about this yesterday. Sam Monroe Jr.'s mom, she went to court and filed for a conservatorship over her son, saying that he does not want that woman who is claiming to be his wife to make those decisions. And remember, the wife was like, Shauna was like, well, we'll be fighting in court then. Baby, you all should see what I have to share here by way of TMZ. Menace to Society, Samuel Monroe Jr.'s wife blasts his mom over conservatorship bid. And she is very much prepared to go to court, according to this article. Well, the wife of actor Samuel Monroe Jr. is livid that his mother is apparently trying to get the court to cut her out of the picture while he's debilitated in the hospital. And she says she's ready to go to war. Shauna Stewart tells TMZ she believes Joyce Patton's petition asking to establish a conservatorship for her son is financially motivated and not about Sam's well being. The actor's wife says Sam made it clear he wanted her in charge of his money and medical decisions and not his mother. As for Joyce questioning whether the couple is legally married, Shauna won't share proof with TMZ, but says his mom is in for a surprise. According to a court docs obtained by TMZ, an attorney has been appointed to the case on Sam's behalf, and his medical records were ordered to be released to a probate investigator assigned to the case. In her petition to the court, Joyce mentioned the GoFundMe set up by Shauna for his bills and said she believes Shauna is receiving his film residuals. Shauna tells TMZ she's not touched a penny of Sam's money and suspects his mother wants access to funds, hence the conservatorship bid. Shauna also says Joyce's claim that she and Sam have not lived together in 15 years is BS, telling us they have two children together, have been on and off again for the past few years, and have lived together during some of those stints. The actor, best known for his work in Menace to Society, has been hospitalized since April, initially going in for a severe case of meningitis, which turned into MRSA pneumonia. And from there, it seems one severe medical scare after another has piled up. We'll see how this all plays out, and TMZ tells us to stay tuned. Girl.
Well, if somebody's married, it's public record. Marriages and divorce. We can really find out real quick if that is the truth. I don't know if this is another case of a overstepping mother, um, but I feel like we ain't gotta drag it out. We can find out if they married or not.
Hmm.
And
Or
like Chill said yesterday, if they married, tough titty said to Kitty, because all the shit is gonna go to the wife because they're still legally married.
Oh yeah, we about to find out. They already just it's in motion now. That this has come up. So that's the deciding factor. So yeah, we're about to find out.
child, I want to see what surprise she's talking about, honey. Is the same type of surprise that Jocelyn kept saying she had with Stevie J's and her wedding, one she ain't never have, or because it's like I'm with you. If this is something that can just pretty much prove TMZ would well, I guess maybe Shauna, with all this going on, maybe she does just want to keep this quiet and in court and stuff like and not embarrass his mama. I don't know. But I just feel like, yeah, this is public record. TMZ could have probably found it too if they were looking hard enough, right? I don't this gonna get messy, honey. Messy, messy, messy.
What's a hot mess?
Hmm. Well, that is that on that. Honey, so Hit Boy, the super producer Hit Boy, the one who Missy Daisy done, I think she bought all his publishing or something like that, and we talked about it I think a year ago. Well, Hit Boy and Nas are beefing, and I'm like, huh? Hit Boy says he will never work with Nas again. So you all should see I've just shared here by way of Hot New Hip Hop, and it tells us Hit Boy says he doesn't see himself working with Nas again. So I'm gonna share my clip. I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna watch a clip of this, of him talking. He was on a podcast talking about this, and let's see what he has to say.
I ain't spoke to Nas in 3 years. We did 80 songs in 3 years. Nigga.
Wow.
I haven't spoke to Nas.
You
know
guys
what I
went on
mean?
a run. How many albums?
We did 6 albums, 80 songs
I
in
still
3
can't
years.
believe you did that.
Six
Produced
albums.
every single song on
When we would
his
go,
album that won a Grammy.
because like
Kid's
you know, we would
Disease.
go years like we can't get Nas to make an album. There'll be like all the controversy, but where's
All right.
you know?
I got to put this out here, right? Because can't do this interview without mentioning this.
Let's do it.
For a long time, I used to say that after Illmatic, Nas was the worst beat picker of all time.
Oh, you started that. You
I started
the
that.
culture.
When you see that, it came from this guy.
Bloods on
Right.
Because
Blast
I was just
Apron. Blood on Blast
frustrated.
Apron.
I was frustrated album after album. He had his moments, but I felt like the magic from Illmatic, which is one of my favorite albums, period,
Yeah.
he couldn't quite match that after.
Do you think he stopped? Because with Illmatic, he had like the great producers, East Coast producers of that time.
Yeah.
Premier, Large Professor. Did you think he stopped like really collaborating producers and trusting producers? Like in a way he finally probably did with you.
We did a lot of great work, but I
Yeah.
don't see us working again. You know,
Really?
Yeah, nah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Was there a reason why you're not working again?
I mean, it's a lot of reasons, you know what I mean? But it's something I just really don't want to dig too deep
Okay,
in because
fair
it's
enough.
it's just like pretty deep, you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, you know, respect to what we did get
Yeah.
accomplished in 3 years.
Baby, I'm sitting over here like Cardi B. Like, what was the reason? What was the reason? What
That's
what was the
sad.
reason?
It sounds like
Folks
Nas
still
was not
sitting
cool.
down with culture vultures is crazy to
Wake
talk.
that up.
Who was that next to Elliot Wilson?
Man.
Who was the white dude? Oh, black.
And this is like what pisses me off about white people in hip hop spaces, right? A hip hop song for you is never going to be the same experience as it is for black people. Like you just don't what hip hop where it comes from, what we talk about, like you just don't you will never live those experiences. So for you to even say like, well, who are you to say, oh, he has the worst beat picker after Illmatic? Fuck you. Of course you're not going to like connect with the music because it's not for you, white man. Oh, matter of fact, Ukrainian man, if you want to get more specific. Like the hell out of here. I can't stand that shit. And it's like, and Peter Rosenberg, like all the white people who be in black spaces just talking to girl, don't even get me started. We'll be here all day. But yeah, I don't agree. Nas has had a lot of great albums, great music after Illmatic. He just don't know where to look because he's not black. So that's that on that, honey. Girl, let's talk about Jaimin, honey. Jaimin Hansu. You remember we've been talking about him, his messiness with his baby mom.
That fine ass.
That fine ass man, honey. Well, she want his fine ass held in contempt of court, honey. And you all should see I just shared here by way of TMZ. Jaimin Hansu's ex asked judge to hold him in contempt. Well, Jaimin Hansu's ex says she wants a judge to hold him in contempt of court after she claims he violated a court order by taking their kids out of state without giving sufficient notice. Riza Marie Simpson filed her petition earlier this month, claiming that on August 15, Jaimin's lawyer informed her Jaimin planned to take their kids from Georgia to California. Riza says a previous court order demands that one parent give the other advance written notice of the trip, along with details like the dates of travel and where they're staying. She claims she wasn't given at best, I'm sorry, she says she was given at best an hour and a half of advance notice and insists that that doesn't cut it. Riza also says the trip to California is not in the best interest of the kids, claiming it will cause them to miss their entire third week of school. She's asking the court to hold Jaimin in willful contempt of court and have him pay her attorney fees and expenses for having to go to court over it. As TMZ reported, Jaimin filed for joint legal and physical custody of their two kids, a son born in 2022 and a daughter born in 2023, back in January. At the time, Riza agreed to share legal custody, but asked the court to award her primary physical custody given their employment and travel histories. The legal filing came about a month after Riza was arrested and charged with simple assault after she allegedly punched Jaimin in the face. We reached out to Jaimin about the new filing. So far, no word back. Mm-mm. She said, "Oh, he want to take my kids out of town and make them miss their third week of school. Put his ass in jail and make him pay my legal fees too while you at it." Girl, this is messy. Oh my goodness, honey.
The kid's not that even that old though. So like they missing school, but
You're
What are
right.
they,
They're not even in
toddlers?
kindergarten.
How old are they?
Uh,
one was born in 2023 and one was born in 2021 or 2022.
2020, so they 3 and 4.
Like, girl,
So yeah, they're not even in kindergarten.
Yeah.
BFFR.
Yeah, she's being extra.
I mean, look, when you about to lose you a fine ass man, honey, you might be a little
Well, I don't think
extra,
she think he's that fine no more. Clearly,
right?
she's unhappy. She's disgruntled. Um, I feel bad for these kids that be all these people. They be together and then they be breaking up and then they be fighting. Who's yeah.
It's a lot, for real. It really is.
I just know that if I have children by a man, you got primary custody, big dog. Take your kids where you want a big dog.
And to be honest, we need more of that. I really wish that a lot more women, because who somebody just Funky Dineva just had a show where he was talking about Soraya and Joey Badass, and pretty much said like, I just don't understand at this point like why you would want to now. I think he use the word reduce yourself, and it kind of sounded a little misogynistic. I won't lie, but I mean there was a slight truth to it. Why would you want to reduce? Because now what these men do is get you pregnant, you have the baby, and now you're anchored to this person for the next what 18 some odd years,
The rest of your life.
the rest of your life. So I mean, yeah, I'm all for if okay, because now instead of being anchored, get it, baby, give him what he wanted. He wanted to be a daddy so bad. Look, let him raise him. Since they try to say that single moms are detrimental to kids or whatever that bullshit. I don't even think somebody tried to say there was a study or something. Child, girl, don't even get me started.
Mm.
So that's that. Yeah. So I'm with Libra Queen. Take your babies. Go ahead, take them wherever you want.
Look, look here. If I was gonna have one, oh boy, look, I was like, this yo baby that you keep asking for, but I was like, I don't even want to do that. I don't want another one. I don't.
Damn
Get
right.
somebody else to do it
Damn right.
because that's all that I feel like. That's all that is to make sure that they have a reason to stay in your life. It's entrapment.
I also want to just a slight shade jab that let's remind ourselves that he is Benin's. He's from Benin, and he is making broken homes. Just saying,
He's what?
he's
He's
somebody
what?
that he's Beninese. He's from Benin, and that he has made broken homes
Oh,
because there's a certain demographic of blacks who love to say that black Americans got, baby daddy problems and broken homes and baby mamas and et cetera, et cetera. And we ain't got no culture. And he's from Benin,
mm-hmm.
being a baby daddy, creating two broken homes because he also has a child with Kim.
And water. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's that.
Kimura across the street. Kimura across the street. Sorry. Shout out to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, y'all, that's that on that, honey. And this next story I have. Are y'all familiar with Famous Dex, the rapper? Probably.
Who?
Famous Dex.
Dexter's Laboratory?
Well, no. No.
What?
The Dexter, from Dexter, the genius Dexter, he don't be out here hitting people, but Famous Dex does.
Oh, I was gonna
No,
say
not familiar.
Dexter, like the show, the serial
Um,
killer
No, I
show.
said you said what you call it, a
a
streamer or
rapper.
something. A rat. Ooh, God, he looked like a fungus. Jesus.
A fungus
Jump
that can't keep his
scare,
pants and stuff, apparently.
jump scare, Jesus.
And y'all should see what I've just shared here by way of TMZ. And sorry, I should have gave y'all the jump scare warning. My bad. But rapper Famous Dex arrested for domestic battery. And he has a pattern.
Well, shit, I wouldn't be surprised. Are you looking at him? And you know what? See, I'm here for accountability. Girl, you couldn't do better than that. That's what you chose to lay up with, girl.
And I just have a question though. Like, I'm so serious. How is he skinny with sagging titties? Let me share
I
my
can't
screen.
even see it. Shut up. Maybe he's newly skinny.
Look, girl, like why they sagging?
Well, oh, ew,
He looked like he
ew.
had right. He looked like a like no offense to any
Like he got.
community, but he looked like he
But
just
look,
transitioned into man,
I
and he just had
know.
top
That's what
surgery.
you should have
Drugs,
said.
hormone imbalance, drugs. He probably like his titties sucked on.
Ooh,
Drugs,
Ooh,
hormonal imbalances, also drugs. Yeah.
oh,
look at him. My God. And you, girl, what was the attraction? I can't figure. And don't nobody say no big dick because it don't matter. What? You have to look at him before you get to the penis. So what was the rationale?
girl,
Apparently,
And
he
everybody
then
look
for
maybe
this
she
clean.
thought he
motherfucker to
had a
put his
sparkling
hands on somebody,
personality.
personality my ass. He ain't got no I'm gonna start holding you hoes accountable. Why? What was the reason?
Oh,
Shit. I'm angry. His face makes me angry.
y'all done got my gorgeous moon upset. Y'all stop with the foolishness with these ugly.
Ain't no way this nigga couldn't touch my cook cat with a 50-foot pole. I'm sorry. Absolutely not.
Well,
Stand up. I need y'all to stand the fuck up.
stand up, ladies, for real. Well, Famous Dex has been arrested for domestic battery, TMZ has learned. Official records show the rapper was taken into custody on Sunday and booked on a domestic battery charge. It appears Famous Dex was still in a Vegas jail at the time of publication. This isn't the first time Famous Dex has dealt with legal issues. Remember back in 2021, he was hit with 19 charges, including some for domestic violence and gun possession, connected to three separate incidents. Two of the allegedly violent incidents involved his ex girlfriends, and he was arrested on another occasion after cops say they found a loaded gun in his car during a traffic stop. Dex was eventually sentenced to 364 days behind bars in early September 2021, then went to rehab as soon as he got out in an effort to turn his life around. Last time TMZ spoke to Famous Dex, he told them he was 11 months sober and he talked up the newest installment of his album series with Rich the Kid and Jay Critch. We've reached out to Dex's camp. So far, no word back. Mm, I'm with Moon. Like some people just look like sometimes you have to judge a book by its cover, honey. Like, oh, this cover don't look good. Let me not read this. So that's that on that child. Praying for her safety, whoever that girl is. Well, let's get into some Bravo business. The first story I have about the Bravo Versity or Bravo Verse, excuse me. They not college, but Bravo Verse. You all should see I just shared here by way of TMZ. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erica Jane issued warning by divorce judge. They said, "Girl, you dragging your feet now. You taking too long to do this divorce now." Well, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erica Jane is being put on notice by the court handling her divorce from her estranged husband, Tom Girardi. Wrap up the case or it gets thrown out. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, a hearing was set for early next year where Erica and Tom were ordered to appear in court and give a good reason for what's taking so long with the divorce. The parties were warned to explain why the case has been stalled for years, and if it's not convincing, the case will be dismissed with no final judgment. Erica and Tom split back in 2020 as the former lawyer's legal and financial issues began to mount. Tom, who was reportedly diagnosed with dementia and other health issues, was sentenced to 87 months in federal prison in 2025 after being found guilty of scamming his former clients out of settlement funds. Erica was dragged into some of the lawsuits, but has denied knowing anything about her husband's business dealings. Now the court is telling them to put their cards on the table. Mm-mm. I mean, shit, I wouldn't, because yeah, because what's that called? Spousal privilege. That so if she divorces him, she won't have that no more. Like I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, one spouse can't testify, be made to testify against the other one.
Hmm.
I don't blame her. I wouldn't. I wouldn't divorce him either.
Girl, look, say, look, I don't know. Convince them, girl. Come up with something convincing. Say, look, we fell back in love. Like, I don't know. Like, look, I just he has dementia. I just want him. I want him to know that I'm here for him. Something, girl. Because you better convince. Because they said if it's not convincing, it will be thrown out. Well, that is that on that. And some other news in the Bravo verse. So we just learned about Nathan Gallagher, not too long ago, thanks to Happy, who brought this story to our attention, where he was arrested in Australia for domestic abuse. You all should see I just shared here by way of Us Weekly. Below deck, uh, excuse me, below deck Mediterranean's Nathan Gallagher breaks silence on domestic violence arrest. He says, "I've made mistakes." Girl, so let's get into it. Below Deck star Nathan Gallagher has broken his silence after being arrested for domestic violence. "I'm not claiming I was perfect. I wasn't," Gallagher, who's 27, told Rolling Stone in a statement on Wednesday, August 26th. "I've made mistakes and I will take responsibility for my own actions." Gallagher claimed to have evidence that would tell a different side of the story. "I will not accept being portrayed solely through one person's account of a relationship when there is another side and evidence relating to it," he continued. "I have contemporaneous video footage from the night in question, as well as messages and other records, which I believe provide important context." Confirming his split from castmate Gael Cameron, Gallagher said, "There are also other matters surrounding the relationship that I have never discussed publicly, including circumstances surrounding the breakdown of our relationship, previous allegations she made about a former partner, and financial matters relating to the purchase of an apartment in Sydney." He continued, "I have kept the evidence and will deal with it through the appropriate channels. But I also don't believe it is fair for one version of events to be presented publicly as though it is the complete story when there is evidence that may materially contradict or provide significant context to that account." Gallagher claimed that he doesn't believe the public has heard the full story surrounding what happened. "What has been publicly reported represents only one side of what was an extremely complicated situation," he says. Gallagher explained that his and Cameron's priority has been co parenting their 14-month son, Caden. "My priority is being recognized as his father, establishing a relationship with him, and ultimately finding a way for both of us to move forward and co parent peacefully," he concluded. "I'm not looking for revenge and not asking anyone to take my side. I simply want the opportunity for the other side to be heard and for the evidence to be considered." Us confirmed on August 19 that Gallagher was arrested for domestic violence in Australia in December 2025. He was charged with assault occasioning actual bodily harm, intentionally choking a person without consent, and common assault, according to the police in New South Wales. Per the police statement, Gallagher was involved in an alleged incident that took place after Christmas. He was charged after allegedly assaulting an unidentified 29-year-old woman at an apartment building in the Sydney area. There were no reports of any injuries sustained by either party. The police eventually granted Gallagher conditional bail. It's not clear how he pled. Cameron, who began dating Gallagher in 2024, has an apprehended violence application filed against her now ex, according to court docs viewed by Us. An AV is meant to protect a person from someone who makes them fear violence, intimidation, harassment, or stalking, according to the NSW government's website. A hearing for the criminal charges and the AV request is scheduled for September 1st. Girl. I mean, it's one thing to say, "Oh, well, there's two sides to every story, so consider the evidence," and then say, "I'm not looking for revenge or anyone to take my side." He did that shit. I'm sorry, I don't even know this man. He did that shit. I'm sorry. He did that shit because this. This was these like, girl, where are the publicists, honey? Like, no, ain't didn't no publicist step in and say, no, we ain't gonna answer that or answer it this way. Or like, this, okay. Well, I don't know what he thought this interview did, but it didn't make him look any better. And that is that on that, girl. Baby, let's talk about Macaulay Culkin's dad, honey. Girl, I didn't know that the Calkins is, or Macaulay specifically, is beefing with his dad. They have been estranged for years. I did not know that. And you all should see, I've just shared here by way of this Radar Online exclusive, inside Macaulay Culkin's estrangement with abusive dad Kit, who lives in relative obscurity, and says that chapter is closed. The door is closed, honey. Well, girl, Macaulay Culkin had a tumultuous relationship with his estranged father, Kit, and accused him of being abusive throughout his childhood. More than 3 decades since they've been in contact, Radar Online looks back at their estrangement and Kit's life in relative obscurity. Macaulay had a successful acting career from a very young age, and Kit was his manager. Throughout his formative years, the Home Alone star alleged that his dad was physically, mentally, and financially abusive. He went so far as to claim his father didn't even like him. During a 2018 appearance on WT with Mark Marone, the former child star recalled Kit allegedly once telling him, "Do good or I'll hit you." He was a bad man. He was abusive physically and mentally. I can show you all my scars if I wanted to, Macaulay added at the time. In his teen years, Macaulay was finally able to cut contact with his father around the time of his parents' divorce and custody battle. According to a source, Kit lived in relative obscurity in Oregon as of 2021. It is unclear if he still lives there or if he's since relocated. His health has been failing for some time after the stroke he had a few years ago. He's such a mess and a lonely recluse, the source alleged at the time. He hasn't seen or spoken to Macaulay in many years. People in Macaulay's life say to him, it would be nice to give Kit one more visit, but Macaulay won't and says that chapter is closed, the source shared. In the 2025 documentary, John Candy, I Like Me, Macaulay also suggested the late actor may have clocked his father's behavior. I think he always had a really great instinct, he said of Candy, whom he co starred alongside in Uncle Buck. I think he saw, listen, even before the wave crested and the Home Alone stuff was happening, it was not hard to see how difficult my father was. It was no secret. He was already a monster. All of a sudden, the fame and the money came, and he became an infamous monster, he continued. He was already not a good guy. I think John was looking a little side-eyed, like, "Is everything all right over there? You doing good? Good day? Everything all right? Everything good at home? All right." Macaulay began dating actress Brenda Song in 2017. Throughout their nearly 10-year relationship, they have welcomed 2 children, Dakota and Carson. Kit has reportedly never met either child. During a 2025 appearance on the Sibling Rivalry podcast, Macaulay confirmed that he hadn't spoken to his dad in about 30 something years. He deserves it too. He's a man who he had 7 kids and now he has 4 grandkids, and none of them want anything to do with him, he added. Macaulay also pointed out that if he'd been shut out by his own family like his father had been, he'd get the message and he'd get the message that he made some major mistakes. I have more than an inkling that he does not feel that way, he noted. Like we're wrong and he's right. He's one of those narcissistic, crazy people. Girl, 7 kids,
Why?
4 grandkids,
Mm-hmm.
and none of them want anything to do with him. Mm.
No. And why do people always try and make the victim the people that should be making up or talking to these fucking abusers? That shit is crazy to me. I need y'all to stop being retarded. Sorry, excuse the R word, but it's warranted because why are you trying to make victims contact their abusers? Like, who cares? I'm not fucking with him. He abused me. He could go to hell.
Hmm. Adult victims at that. Adult victims who have pretty much probably had to go through lots of therapy, lots of unlearning, lots of things, doing lots of work on themselves just for you to go back and be the bigger person for somebody who hasn't done any of that. Girl, middle finger, fuck out of here. You, baby, you could never guilt me with trying to, oh, child, please. Well, that is that on that, honey. Speaking of some more '90s actors, Christopher McDonald. Are y'all familiar with him? The actor Christopher McDonald. He's probably one of those actors you would know him if you saw his face. I became familiar with him when he was in The Rich Man's Wife, and he played Tony Potenzo, Halle Berry's husband, who got killed in the movie. Well,
I don't
honey,
names those names don't jump out at me. But go
well,
ahead.
anyway, he was actually talking recently about because he actually used to be engaged to Gina Davis. He tells them how they were only engaged for about like 5 weeks, and Gina Davis left him for Jeff Goldblum, honey. Girl, I was like, ooh. So I have this Instagram post here. It's by E News, and let me share my screen here, and let's watch Mr. Christopher McDonald talk about it. Well, first of all, so this man here. Oh, let me make sure my screen is being shared. Sorry. So that man there. So does he look familiar to anybody?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. See, I didn't know his name, but yes. Yes, you did get left for Jeff because Jeff got that swag. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah, I recognize him too.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's see what he has to say about Gina Davis leaving him for Jeff. Let me refresh.
The story is Gina Davis and I were engaged to be married. The inside story is Gina Davis and I were engaged to be married for about 5 weeks. And she fell in love with Jeff Goldblum doing her first movie over there in Europe. And I don't blame him. She's stunningly beautiful and everything like that. But you know what happens on sets? Things something happens, but I was broken. I was doing Hamlet at the time, playing Laertes, and I had another 3 weeks to finish, and then I was going to go over and join her. So I got the bad news from Ed Begley. I believe did me that solid, and I said, "Oh, I've got to go back to L.A. I've got that call back for from and I, and then I went to London, and I mean, I was really, really devastated. But at the same time, this is the only job that's available. It's literally 5 years later, and Thelma Louise was the only thing that was playing. And then she said to Ridley, she said, "Really? Would you get to play my husband?" And he said, "Oh, you'll love him. He's tall. He's funny. What's his name? Chris McDonald." She went. And then she said, I used to go with him. And he said, "Even better, perfect." No, that's all it was. So,
Wow.
so anyway, I called her the next day and I said, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" So we hugged it out. We had a really lovely afternoon. And then we did what I think is probably the most ironic things in the world. Let's do wedding pictures and put them around the house for the set decorators. We went, "Oh my God, are you kidding me?" So yeah, we did all that. It turned out great, and we're dear friends now. She's just a remarkable woman, and the inside story is
a remarkable woman that made him take broke off the engagement and made him take wedding pictures for the set of Thelma and Louise, honey. But
It was. Did she give the idea or did he? Don't make it seem like she's the bad person.
she the bad person.
Jeff had that swag. I'm sorry. I'm
And we got
sorry.
a comment that says Jeff Goldblum cheated on Gina Davis, but I didn't know that she
Yep.
was with Chris McDaniel. That's what you
Yep.
get, girl.
Well, the karma happened. I mean, it happened later on, but you know what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
happens. She got swept off her feet. That he's a good guy. He was really good about it. They got through it, and they're
Yeah.
friends.
And I love to hear that they're friends now, like that. And we got a good relationship. She's great. I love how he talk about her. And he was so good at he played that hateful ass husband and look, now we know why he played that role so good.
Okay, there you go. He had drawn from experience.
hmm
That anger, that pent up old anger. So he was a good person. Yeah, I've always enjoyed his acting. You
Yeah.
know, he's been cool in these movies. And I did
hmm
want to circle back on the Macaulay Culkin thing with John Candy. R.I.P. to that legend, John. R.I.P. to that legend, John Candy.
For real. Like rest in peace indeed. He used to have an animated series that not too many people remember. It was called it wasn't Strangers with Candy. It was something else. Shit, I can barely remember it now, but I used to watch it on Saturday mornings. I used to love it.
Really?
Mhm.
Man, Uncle Buck is so iconic. My
It's
God.
so iconic that they should have left it alone, honey. They tried to make it black and mm-mm.
Oh, I ignore those stupid shit like that because what?
I wanted it to
Can't.
win. It had Nia Long, Mike
Mm-mm.
Epps supposed to be Uncle Buck, like, ugh,
Mm-hmm. No, you're not a fat white man. Sorry, it's not doing it for me.
and we have a question, is the documentary good? I wanna see the John D. Candy, documentary. I haven't watched it. We just I just saw Uncle Buck, and I was advised to see Planes, Trains, Automobiles, and Great Outdoors.
Yes, John Candy was a moment. Oh my God, it was a good times. He
Girl,
was good.
remember,
He was
honey, millennials know his ass from Home Alone, honey. He was a damn lifesaver. He got Kevin's mama home, honey. Oof. Shout out to
good
him.
old good times. Good times. It was when movies and things were just really good.
Yep.
Man, all right.
Well, speaking of good, honey, so Katie Seagal, while we're talking about iconic actors from both the 90s and today, really, because she was kicking ass on not only Married with Children, but Futurama, and now people love her on Sons of Anarchy. I've actually
Mm-hmm.
never seen Sons of Anarchy, but I hear it's a damn good show.
Yes, Katie Seagal. That queen there. We love them.
That
Protect
queen,
all the good white folks, okay? Protect them.
hello. And shout out to this queen. Do you know this queen has literally been sober as long as I've been alive? She is celebrating 40 years of sobriety. And you see where it says here by way of
Wow.
Entertainment Weekly, Katie Seagal celebrates 40 years of sobriety and says she's grateful beyond. So, I'm sorry, I'm reading the comment. It says, I heard he had a small role in Home Alone. I obviously haven't seen. Okay, so you got some homework. I want that movie watched by the end of this weekend. I'm
I
not
already know
playing.
who said that. I already know who said
What do you mean you haven't seen Home Alone? Matter of fact,
uh,
I want you to watch the original and the sequel. You ain't got to watch 3 or 4. I ain't gonna put that on your homework.
don't watch that. Just
Nope,
1 and
1 and
2
2. Girl, yes,
with Macaulay
immediately.
Culkin. Yeah. And yes, all the John Candy movies. Ooh, you gotta get. Ooh, you got a lot of catching up to do. Ooh, good lord.
Yes, honey. Imma share my screen when reading this because I know Entertainment Weekly is like kinda like People. Sometimes you'll see a blank screen when I'm reading a story. So, but Katie Seagal celebrates 40 years of sobriety surrounded by family and friends, grateful beyond. So, Katie Seagal has reached a major milestone. The Sons of Anarchy actress celebrated 40 years of continuous sobriety on Sunday, surrounded by like minded friends, along with her amazing husband, Kurt Sutter, and these 3 loves of my life, referring to her kids, Jackson White, Sarah White, and Esme Sutter. Seagal's 30-year-old son has credited his mom for his own sobriety journey. Grateful Beyond, Seagal captioned on her August 23 Instagram post, it's a wonderful life. The snapshot shared on social media shows Seagal standing in front of a giant cake in what appeared to be a backyard. Jackson and Esme stood next to each other, clapping for their mom, while Sarah could be seen snapping photos off to the side. Seagal blew out the candles on her cake while partygoers watched with smiles on their faces. And here's the snaps they're referring to. Ooh. So, Seagal has been candid about her sobriety journey, which started in 1986. I'm a person that, for probably the first 30 years of my life, didn't deal with shit, Seagal said during a 2025 episode of Christina Applegate and Jamie Lynn Sigler's Messy podcast. I medicated myself to where I didn't really deal with my emotions. My parents died. I had cancer in my 20s. I mean, a bunch of shit happened, and I didn't really deal with it. The actress added, then, I stopped medicating myself, and now I have no choice but to deal with it. Seagal told Applegate and Sigler said, I'm sorry, Seagal told Applegate and Sigler, it's brave to be sober because life's fucking terrifying and people are forced to face their issues. The opposite of addiction is community, Seagal added. I'll just go ahead and end there because that really the story is about her 40-year sobriety journey. And y'all, we have a comment saying, "Go Katie Seagal." Yes, go indeed, girl, because I know that shit is not easy. So I have a friend that's been doing a sobriety journey. I want to say for about not 10 years yet, but it's been about like 8 some odd years, and that was really difficult for him to go through, but it was
Yeah.
what he needed to do. And I congratulate him every day. And I even because he would say like anytime that we go out and stuff when we have gone out, he'll be like, "Oh, no," because 'cause I'd be like, "I just wanna be respectful of oh, no, this ain't got nothing to do my journey ain't got nothing to do with you. You go ahead and have all the drinks you want. Just don't ask me to have any." And I'm like, "Yeah, but, it's still I don't wanna sit here getting pissy drunk and you you choosing not to."
Yeah. Mm. But 40 years continuous, that's a feat.
Y'all, I literally been I just turned 40 this year. She has been sober as long as I've been alive. That is fucking amazing.
Good for her.
Good for her indeed, honey. Well, that is that on that, and cheers to 40 more years and 40 more after that, girl. Well, Bad Bunny. Let's talk about Bad Bunny, y'all. We've actually talked about this before. He had like a copyright case going on with some Nigerian writers. So even though he that case was dismissed, he's actually still ordered to pay their legal bills. And you all should see where it says here by way of all hip hop, Bad Bunny stuck with $465,000 bill after copyright lawsuit dismissed. So let's get into it. Sorry they don't have it. Let me see if I can find a picture of that. I'd rather we look at a picture of Bad Bunny while I read the story. Let me find one and put up here. Let me see. One where he looks good. Not none of them old pictures. Cause ooh, honey, some of them old pictures that if I was this team, I would get them scrubbed off the internet, honey. Mm-mm.
He definitely transformed into his current looks for sure.
Mm-hmm. Money well spent, honey. And let's see if this was looking like this. They don't want to use this photo. Let me find another one with a different format. Oh, this one's good. Where he won that award. Yep, this is good. He
Bad
looks good.
Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, we have a comment saying, "Love me some Benito."
Okay.
To be transparent, I don't know enough about him. So, I mean, I've heard songs. I did love him in Bullet Train. I loved his role in there. I thought he did a good job in the movie. But I'm not, I don't know. But I know I recognize that he is a major superstar. I'm just not familiar. But this starts. Bad Bunny just got hit with a $465,612 legal bill he can't pass on to anyone else after a federal judge shut down his attempt to recover costs from a copyright dispute that's been dragging on since 2025. Judge Otis D. Wright II made the call, denying the reggaeton superstar's request to have Empower Africa and producer Dara cover his attorney's fees, even though the underlying lawsuit was dismissed without ever going to trial on the merits. The whole situation started when Dara claimed that Isenyame Abalar from Bad Bunny's massive 2022 album Un Verano Senti sampled his 2019 track Empty My Pocket without permission. The song was produced for Nigerian artist Joe Boy, and Dara's label Empower Africa filed a lawsuit in May 2025 arguing that Bad Bunny's team never properly cleared the sample. Bad Bunny's lawyers fired back, saying they got everything cleared through uh, La Kizo Entertainment, a production company that had distributed the original track at some point. Dara's team disputed whether La Kizo actually had the authority to give that permission, and that's where things got messy. The case fell apart in March 2026 when both Dara and Empower missed critical court deadlines. Dara's original lawsuit had already bailed in January, citing irreparable differences over legal strategy, and then he missed a March 6th filing deadline and a February discovery hearing. Judge Wright basically said the case was abandoned and dismissed it. Even though Bad Bunny technically won, the judge found that Empower's claims were objectively reasonable and that Bad Bunny's team had used copyright material without providing documentation proving they had permission to sample it. That's the key detail. Wright wrote that the imposition of attorney's fees would send the wrong message to parties seeking to protect their intellectual property, meaning he wasn't about to punish Empower for trying to defend what they believed were their rights. Bad Bunny's lawyers had argued the lawsuit was meritless from the beginning and accused Empower of trying to squeeze an undeserved multi-million dollar settlement out of the artist, but the judge wasn't buying it. The dismissal didn't mean Bad Bunny didn't infringe the copyright. It just meant the plaintiff stopped fighting and the case ended. The ruling leaves Bad Bunny responsible for the $465,000 and 12, I'm sorry, $465,612 in legal fees he'd already spent with no court order forcing Empower to reimburse him for any of it. Yeah, almost a $500,000 for some legal fees, honey, for a song. Oof, child. This shit make people not want to make music. Girl. But that's that on that, honey. He got it. So go ahead and pay it and get it out the way, honey. Well, that's that on that. Um, Girl. So now this next story is very interesting. We learned about this that King Jed York, who we learned that supports, not only supports, but he tips the sex workers as well, honey. But this story, probably why he's tipping shit because he got people covering his damn legal fees. Girl, I was gagged at the story, to be honest. I'm like, well, don't he got a bunch of money? Like, why do they need to pay for his shit? But anyway, you all should see I just shared here by way of TMZ. Jed York prostitution arrest. 49ers chief security officer pays his court fees. So let's get into it. Jed York allegedly arranging to pay a prostitute $140 for sex in a trailer park ended up costing him $1,150 in fines after his arrest, and it looks like the San Francisco 49ers chief security officer paid his boss's court fees. According to online records, someone named D. Corey paid Jed's fees after he pled no contest to a couple of misdemeanors in Ohio. D. Corey appears to be Dan Corey, the CEO of Nickel Group, a security and risk management firm that protects San Francisco 49ers executives and team members. Dan's LinkedIn says he's the chief security officer for the 49ers, and the team announced last August it was hiring his firm. Dan forked over nearly $1,285 to cover Jed's fines and other court costs, records show. As TMZ reported, Jed was arrested Sunday in East Palestine, Ohio, and booked into the Columbiana County Jail before posting a $5,000 bond. Prosecutors amended the original engaging in prostitution charge to disorderly conduct before Jed pled no contest to that and to possessing criminal tools, which was a cell phone. Jed was sentenced to serve only 1 day in jail on each count, served concurrently with credit for time already served. The NFL tells TMZ Sports Jed's arrest will be reviewed under the personal conduct policy. So they actually got, so it sounds to me they actually got insurance for shit like this in case shit like this happens, honey. And they just, I guess, went ahead and filed a claim. Like with him, I'm just gonna quickly Google Jed York's net worth. So according to Google, Jed York has an estimated personal net worth of $500 million. It says, meanwhile, his broader family, the Bartolo York family, possesses a collective net worth estimated at $8.5 billion. So not only does he have money, he comes from money, it looks like. And they had, uh, I guess, I don't, am I tripping? Like, why would even, okay, so I guess I get that it is a security and risk firm, right? I don't know. You know what? I just realized I'm not even a sports fan. I don't give a damn what they got going on over that side of the world. Well, that is that on that, honey. You. So Orlando Bloom actually just quit a movie, honey, like smack dab, like right when it was about to get shit popping. And you all should see I just share here by way of TMZ. And it tells us Orlando Bloom quits Reset movie as production starts. Cast and crew livid, honey. Well, Orlando Bloom dropped out of his recent movie at the last minute, and the cast and crew who feel screwed over are especially pissed, because without his star power to match Priyanka Chopra's, the next project might be toast. Here's the deal. Orlando was all set to star in and co-produce the upcoming indie survival thriller flick Reset alongside Priyanka. And we hear he was on board all through pre-production, but pieced out just as cameras were about to roll. Sources on Reset tell TMZ they feel it's a pretty fucked up situation. Orlando is a bankable star, so the independent project got financed with him and Priyanka attached. And it would have been way easier to secure an international distributor with him in the fold. Orlando may not need the paycheck, but the rest of the peeps on the project sure do. So there's a fiery resentment for the Pirates of the Caribbean star. Sources tell us three leading men are under consideration to replace Orlando, and one needs to be picked quickly because there's a schedule to keep. In addition to being the co-star, Priyanka is also a producer. So we're told she'll make the final call on the new stud. That is, if the project can be salvaged. TMZ reached out to Orlando and Priyanka for comment. So far, no word back. Child, I don't know why they playing. Priyanka, go ahead and put your husband in it and call it a day, girl. But that's the gag. Does Nick have enough star power to do what they need to do? Probably not. Probably. I mean, he is a Disney kid, so probably. Who knows? This was I was
Not in
feeling,
acting. I don't think so.
and
But
ooh,
he's still baby actor. But
to be fair,
Actor.
he
Yeah.
did okay in Screen Queens. I thought he did good in that.
He better Bill go to the year 3000. Okay? And let it be that. Okay?
Well, and damn, Priyanka can't sell it on her own. I thought she was an international superstar. That's what they tried to tell us. Mm. Well, mm, I got three more stories left, honey. Speaking of movies, bitch. So remember we talked about that new primetime movie where Robert Pattinson is going to be playing Chris Hansen. I was initially excited to see this movie. Now I'm not even sure if I want to support this shit because baby, the way that they tried to play in Chris Hansen's face, they should be ashamed of themselves, honey. And you all should see I have just shared here by way of TMZ Chris Hansen not backing down over primetime feud with A24. Girl, let's get into it. Chris Hansen still has a bone to pick over the upcoming film based on his pedo catching days, and he shared a receipt to back up his claim that A24 was trying to do him dirty. The former To Catch a Predator host sent TMZ a portion of an NDA he says the studio asked him to sign to attend a private screening of Primetime, the new movie starring Robert Pattinson as him, and he claimed the paperwork asked him to sign away the rights to his life. Clause 5 of Hanson's alleged NDA reads recipient hereby releases company and its parents, subsidy areas, affiliates, divisions, agents, representatives, employees, successor, and assigns jointly and individually from any and all claims and demand arising out of or in connection with the project, including recipient screening of the project. Chris tells TMZ there was no way in hell he was going to sign that, and he thinks A24 tried to pull a fast one on him. However, a studio source tells us he's overreacting and not sharing the entire story amid his gripes with the project. Our sources say Chris got a standard A24 screening NDA, and legal sent the document to Chris 1 week before he was scheduled to screen. We're told Chris had the opportunity to send it back with comments for possible changes after conferring with his lawyer, and he didn't. Instead, Chris showed up to the preview and thought he would just waltz right in. As you know, the trailer for Prime Time had the whole internet buzzing, with many praising Robert for what looks like a perfect impression of Chris on the show that became a pop culture phenomenon. It'll be interesting to see what Chris has to say once he sees the flick, but he'll have to pay for a seat in a theater. Excuse me? You want me to sign away my right? I mean, baby, they wanted him to sign everything, even down to the kitchen sink, based off of the wording of that NDA, that alleged NDA.
Oh yeah, he needs to sue.
Huh?
They
I
playing
w-
in his face.
they,
And this is the thing. Why are people trying to make stories about other people's lives without getting permission? That shit is weird to me. Why are you making a movie about a man, especially he's alive? He right there. How are you not including him in the story about his motherfucking life? That shit is nuts. And to sneak it in with a damn NDA for a screening, oh, they thought they was slick. That's yeah. Sue they ass, Chris.
I ain't never think I feel sorry for an older white man, honey. But no, they did him dirty. This is horrible. They should be ashamed of themselves. Now I don't even know if I'm gonna wait till the shit come on Tubi. Cause how dare you play in that man face like that? Girl, and then go try to say, oh, he just overreacting. We told him, we sent it a week ahead and told him if he has any problems with it, he can review it with a lawyer and send it back. Okay, and if he does that, then and then you what y'all have a room to say no, we're not making any changes. No, that was dirty. First of all, make the movie. He's not even a part. He had no consulting on it, and then want him to sign away his life rights for what? So wait, they can make another one like using his actual likeness to girl. That was dirty. Well, that is that on that, honey. Like I
So
said,
sorry to hear. I wasn't never gonna watch it in the first place.
you like you said, never wrong, just early, because you sat there and said, I'm not watching this shit.
Hello.
You said it.
Well, I definitely ain't watching it in the movie theater. I mean, if it's on
Pay
HBO
for
or
it.
something,
Yuck.
if it's on HBO or something, I'm gonna watch it. But you know,
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be much of a success. A movie, maybe a documentary series on
docu
Netflix or
series,
something. But
a short, what are those things?
yeah, a little 4 series, mini series or something. But not a whole movie in the theater because people. I mean, how many times can you sell the same story, and then they're going to have to make up the things that happen behind the scenes because how do they know those things? They can't just keep showing predators getting arrested. I mean, we've seen that over and over. So the drama is going to be manufactured. Like,
Yeah.
It's the
Y'all don't have to
fact
do that
that
man dirty.
films like that get greenlit and people can't come up with their own like stuff that should be getting greenlit don't get greenlit. So God bless everybody. I foresee a tomato rating of 34%. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's that on that, y'all. Well, let's talk about another iconic actor, honey. I am so happy to talk about this. And thank you to Chili for bringing this story to my attention. But Wendell Pierce, honey, that iconic actor there. I have this story. I'm going to share my screen. It's a story from WGNO that tells us that he actually got a key to his city. They gave him a key to the city in his hometown of New Orleans. So, oh, okay, I guess what they got going on. Okay, so New Orleans Mayor Helena Moreno presented Wendell Pierce with a key to the city Saturday night at the Orpheum Theater. I hope I said that right. Pierce, a New Orleans native, was honored for his accomplishments and commitment to his hometown. I will cherish this because nothing counts as much as family, and New Orleans is family to me, Pierce said. The presentation took place ahead of the New Orleans premiere of They Fight, which stars Pierce as Andre Holland. They Fight tells the story of community, opportunity, and the impact a dedicated mentor can have on a young person's life. So, and they got a quick little clip here. Let's see, watch this here. Oops, sorry.
Mayor Helena. Over in the city of New Orleans, Mayor Helena Moreno presented New Orleans native actor Wendell Pierce with the key to the city Saturday. The presentation happened at the Orpheum Theater ahead of the New Orleans premiere of They Fight, a film which stars himself and others.
Work. I have to say, Wendell he looks pretty much to me the same as he did. I mean, of course, a little bit smaller and with gray hair, but he looks the exact same when he was in Waiting to Exhale to me, honey, when he was telling that girl, "I own a house in Scottsdale," honey. So, Very, I'm so happy for him. He really been out here doing it and doing it for a long ass time and doing it well. So and it's good to see that his hometown is recognizing him for his work and his philanthropy and his love for his hometown. So thank you, Chili, for sharing that story. And the last story I have for us today. So not exactly a celebrity story, but it's one that affects all of us because all of us, a lot of us uses Facebook or Meta. But you all should see by way of TMZ, Meta to pay $16.7 billion in social media addiction case, bitch. 16.7 billion with a B, bitch. B as in bitch. Girl.
How do I get how do I get my
Okay, look, how can I get my little settlement, honey? Because yes, there is some addiction there. I can say, girl. Well, Meta is facing a crisis. The company behind Facebook and Instagram just agreed to pay $16.7 billion to settle a social media addiction case, and this might only be the beginning. The massive settlement resolves a claim from a major case alleging Meta designed Facebook and IG to addict children and fueled a mental health crisis that reached all corners of the nation. In addition to shelling out $16.7 billion to California and 28 other states, Mark Zuckerberg's company agreed to create daily limits and blocks on nighttime use for teenage users, plus enhanced age assurance measures to prevent children from accessing the platform or age restricted content available on the platform, according to court filings. Meta is also required to create safeguards to help parents and guardians protect their children online. The settlement, which still needs a judge's approval, comes just one day after Instagram honcho Adam Mosseri testified in California. Meta denied the allegations, but settled the case as the company says could have ended up costing them over $1 trillion in penalties. The settlement comes after Meta lost a string of cases. In a landmark lawsuit in New Mexico, a jury in March ordered Meta to pay $375 million for misleading consumers about safety. Earlier this month, the judge in the case ordered Meta to pay an additional $567 million. Also in March, a Los Angeles jury found Meta and Google liable for a woman's anxiety and depression and ordered them to pay $6 million in damages. Meta still faces thousands of lawsuits in federal and state courts, so this may not be the last time the company shells out big bucks to settle. Girl, so like Libra Queen said, how I get my cut, who I need to sign, what papers I need to fill out, because I've been on that bitch since when did I create my account? I think 2005. I think. Yeah.
Who are they paying?
So California, the state of California, and 28 other states. That's all the information they have here.
Yeah, they're not paying. It doesn't sound like they're paying people. Sound like they're paying the states. I don't know.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think North Carolina may be one of the states that they're paying because I actually saw something on the news that that
well,
said
I belong to the United States of Quinn. So there we go.
I know that's right.
I'm in there.
I know that's right. Give the United States of Quinn their money. Give that nation their money. So yes, honey. Well, we'll see. I'm see if I can get more. Like if there's any interesting updates that come about this. Like if Mark pushes back in any way, or I'll definitely let y'all know. But I don't think he can push back.
But you know how go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you read the part where he requested that YouTube and somebody else be added to this thing? Is some type of addendum or clause that he wants a couple other social media sites to be also looked at.
Probably YouTube and TikTok. Probably TikTok because they have the same. Yeah, the whole reels, video auto playing videos that play after one another. Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, can you imagine? Like, think about the real numbers. If they're willing to settle for $16.7 billion, and it could have potentially been trillions of dollars. Like these dollars not real. The economy is not real. Money not real. Can't be. These are imaginary numbers at this point.
I'm
But it
saying
just speaks. It just
what a
You
speaks
month.
to
lying. Because we talking billions all the time now, and now they've introduced trillions. Why? How? What?
right.
Why are we here?
But also it just speaks to the harm and what we'll probably never know the whole thing, the whole gist behind it, the whole the whole ins and outs that they're willing to settle for $16 billion.
It's crazy. But you're right.
Insanity.
It's just every year. It's constantly now. Everybody just talks in billions and like, yeah, we just throwing around these billions of dollars, but we ain't got no money for nothing else. It's just amazing the country we live in.
Mhm. Well, that's that on that. God bless America, child. And y'all, that was actually all the tea that I had for us today. So before we head out, I always like to ask my girls, did y'all have any tea that you wanted to share or any tea that I might have missed? I actually just scrolled through TMZ to see if there was
Yeah.
anything worth talking about,
You
but
know goddamn well, of course, my ass forgot. Oh, wait, did I send it to a chat? Oh, let me see.
You talking about yesterday?
What?
The stuff that you put in the chat yesterday?
No, it was
Oh,
something. Oh, just so y'all, I did this today. Just so y'all know, thyroid medicine has been recalled. FYI,
Synthroid?
there's thyroid
what?
medicine, tablet medicine recalled,
Shit.
and it's in the
It's just
chat.
a.
Yeah.
Is it the non-brand or is it a brand? Is a particular brand name?
Hold on, let me send you the thing because
Let me see. I actually just found an article from USA Today. Let me see what they say.
is this USA Today too? Yes, this is. That's what I had saying. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Does it don't look like it has the
It
name.
says
Oh,
Virtuous Therapeutics has recalled a lot of its 30 milligram thyroid tablets after FDA testing showed that it could be a super potent. It can be super potent, prompting consumers to contact their healthcare providers. What's going on? Why is nothing like the way
Because
it
our
used to be?
FDA don't really, work for.
Well, and
It was
also
getting.
it's not as many of them as it used to be.
It was,
I
it
heard
was
that.
getting because of Doge, and also
Mm-hmm.
fuck that South African man. Um,
Yeah. So much with the dry dick. Yeah.
no, this is and correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't like thyroid issues like overwhelmingly affect like black women or women of color or
Of
autoimmune
course.
autoimmune diseases and some of the most common autoimmune diseases that affect not only just black women but women in general is something that I have, which is Hashimoto's. Also, lupus. Uh, what is it? The shit. It's like arthritis. I can't think of the name of it. Gout. Um, there's another rheumatoid arthritis. I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
Um, things of that nature affect us, and in a two now they are saying in a greater proportion of numbers, but you have to also realize that from the medical aspect, they have not been uh, doing research on us consistently. So as of current data, yeah, we are disproportionately more affected, but we can't tell over time, over the extent of time that they've been doing the research, whether or not it's just, current data or whether or not over, the last 100 or 200 years, it's been overwhelmingly us or whether or not it's spread out because of the lack of research being done on women and specifically black women.
mm. And I'm actually trying to look for more information to see if they like have a list of what the tablets are from Vitruvius. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong like hell, but trying to just see if they have like a list of the actual medications that because it says they recall the recall batch includes 3,600 units with about 1,900 sold across the US between January and September 2025. These tablets expire on September 30th and can be identified NDC 69680-166-00 or lot number 504950. Okay, so that's what gives us let me.
But they're not naming the medication.
Mhm.
I mean, if it's synthetic THC or TSH hormone, it's shit lethazanine or something like that is the generic name, but most commonly like the brand name that a lot of people use is Synthroid.
Right. Which I find it strange. They don't name it.
Yeah, just saying thyroid medicine is crazy.
Right. Giving people lot numbers. Come on now.
And I thought I googled the lot number thinking it was going to give me more information. It gave me
You didn't
nothing.
get right.
And what's also crazy too is that like having a lot number and also having the name, the brand on the brand of the or the cereal associated to the medicine, those numbers be so fucking small on the pill. Like, there's a reason why pharmacists do their job and are able to identify pills. Like, unless it's something that you've been taking for a long time, and hey, this pill, this color is this amount, or this pill, this color is this thing. There's some people who are probably not even going to recognize that that's what they're taking, or that's what
Right.
they're looking for.
Like how are they gonna know? I've never seen a recall not name the medication and just give these random numbers. I mean, that this is really weird.
Again, Doge fucked us up, and and fuck them people in the White House.
I, I have to say, a health professional, a retired nurse saying this is really weird, really like makes me feel uneasy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's weird. I
you've
mean,
never seen anything like this in your career, and
no,
I
they don't name the medication. They just
Not
give
naming the medication, not showing the image
tablets.
of the medication of the tablet.
Not even a picture. Oh wow!
Insane.
Come on now.
yo, look,
That's really wild.
hell. Thank you, gorgeous, for that information. I know I actually have a lot of women listening to me, so this is stuff that they need to know. Now, unfortunately, I wish I had more information about which tablets, but
Yeah, duh.
but
Well, it said Virtuous Therapeutics, I think is the company.
Well, but that's that ain't telling nobody nothing.
Yep, I just tried to do a deep dive to see if I can find like which specific tablets have been recalled, and I couldn't. The only thing I could find was the lot number that tells me nothing. Mm. Thank you, girl. No, but this is still so. I guess if you take any medication based off of what I'm seeing, honey, just shit. Go. I don't know. Get a new batch, or I don't know.
Okay, now I found something that names it. Nationwide recall is in effect for levothyroxine sodium tablets distributed by major pharmaceuticals. So then they tell you the lot numbers and expiration dates. So it sounds like
It's all of them because
it's all of them, yeah.
that's the generic name, but the
Because
the
there's
brand names,
right,
they
there's
put
not
their
that
little brand name
many
on it.
in circulation. So it ain't like it's a bunch of different ones. It's they're subpotent, which means they don't have the potency that they're supposed to have. So really, yeah, if you're on thyroid medication, you definitely need to look at this and
Look
figure.
at it and get your shit adjusted immediately.
Yeah, yeah,
See, this is the type of shit, when you say protecting women and women's rights and stuff, this is the type of shit we need to be talking about, not no erroneous shit like imaginary trans people playing for the WNBA. Like, this is the type of stuff that we need to like, because women's rights, women's autonomy is like really, really at risk. We see it right in front of our very eyes. Women keep losing rights back and forth. Like, no, mm-mm. And now medicines that are helping them with womanly issues are being recalled, like because of
Oh,
deregulation. Like,
oh, it says one lot of tablets was found to be super potent, which means it has
It's
more
super
medication than you
than it
need.
needs to be.
ooh,
So
Now,
there
who
were
fucked up the church's money?
uh,
But
there are two major thyroid medications. So yeah, if you're on a thyroid medication, you need to look at this.
immediately, and I, as someone who has been on thyroid medication, anyone who's on it and knows, who tracks and knows about their specific issue, whether it's hyperthyroidism
Right.
or Hashimoto's, etc., they know that they cannot just come off that medicine.
No, you can't just stop taking it. No, one
You're
is
supposed.
one is sub potent and one is super potent. So one is under medicated and one over medicated. What the Lord have mercy. Whew.
I'm actually gonna make a thank you all for bringing it because I'm gonna make a social media post so that way it can get more eyes because I just like
Yeah,
y'all. This is
I think you need to. A lot of people are on these medications and they need to see this.
Christ on a cracker, good Lord.
Hopefully, I don't have you gotten any emails or any notifications about your medication, Libra?
No.
Because seemed like they would send out an email because most people do get emails from their pharmacy. Look, like they would be notifying people who are
Yeah, but
on
I'm
these
not.
medications.
I'm not stateside.
Yeah, yeah, and people don't necessarily read their emails every day since it's bombarded with so much spam and yeah. Post this, Auntie.
Will do. I'll do it as soon as I get this thing published. Yeah, because
But
this
they should be able to also trace to find out what pharmacies were supplied with it, and those
Yeah,
pharmacies should be able to identify patients to do a notification to. I've had that happen.
yeah, yeah. But they're asking people to call the pharmacies. Oh man, can you imagine the phone calls that these people will be taking? They
Hmm.
wouldn't even have time to do no work trying to answer phone calls about the damn thyroid medication.
I know what I'm gonna be talking about with the doctors this Sunday coming up on
And
Between Doctors and Friends.
yeah, this is a nationwide recall. This is not just specific states or pharmacies. It's nationwide. So it means it's large scale recall.
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah. Slayanka, hey girl.
Hey, girl, hey, girl, hey. Uh,
Hey.
I just wanted to come up to say that all these things that are being recalled, including the 30,000 trillion tons of nasty meat that oh stupid ass allowed in the country just to recall it, is just it's insane. I think at this point maybe it's now on purpose. I think that also too, with all the rollbacks of controlling, inspecting, all the things, the protections were all rolled back due to this numbnut. I just think that it's on purpose. Thank God they're telling us it's being recalled, but also too, I don't see the benefit only because all the meat and all the lettuce and all the blueberries and all the things that are being recalled, those businesses, okay, whether they endorse or whatever, are losing money. And not, I don't really think it helps anybody recalling any of this, especially medication that people might need. It's insane, and we have to make sure and be diligent and protect each other. But this right here is just crazy.
There's definitely to me, it seems like there's absolutely a war against women, specifically poor women. And like this is why I try to use my platform to do what I can, to bring aware. Even though I'm not a woman, I still there's a lot of women in my community, and I certainly care about y'all rights and y'all autonomy. So Yeah, this is once he started, like I said, what did it for me, honey, was the listeria and frozen waffles, and that was before the 2024 election. And then we learned about how he was his deregulation policies, Trump's deregulation policies back from 2016 when he was elected the first time. And but once I saw them that listeria and frozen waffles, I knew from there it was going to be we were going to pay. It was going to be hell to pay. I knew it, and here we are. So. But yes, I'm definitely gonna make a post about this on all of my platforms, honey, because it's a lot of women following me, and I'm sure it's a lot of women that are probably taking these medications, and they absolutely need to know about this. And again, thank you, Moon, for bringing it to our attention.
Yes, very important recall.
Of course, I saw that. I was like, I'm glad I had sent it. I knew it was something I wanted to bring to the forefront. Like, hey, they something else. Now it's medication. Shit, they trying to kill us slowly, every day, hanging us, killing us, food. Now it's the medication. Fuck, we out here. We trying to survive, man.
And water.
Eh, Don't tell me what water. What now?
The fight that's going on with the administration trying to stop Colorado from giving Nevada and California
Oh,
water. And the water right now is low. Um,
yeah. Oh, fuck them bitches. I can't stand them. Oh God, we are just. Oh, we are living in hell.
Well, while we're here in hell, honey, just make sure somebody get the ice in the water, honey, because we're gonna need it. Ooh, child. Not the water that they're trying to take, not that they need a water over in Nevada. And what was the other one?
California, Nevada is where we usually get our water. I'm sorry, California and Nevada gets our water from Colorado.
Mm,
Mhm.
mm, 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 mm. Well, well, y'all, and before we head out, did anybody else wanted to share any tea that I might have missed or any tea that they had?
I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm late. I don't know if you saw this, but only the Sky, Chicago Sky banned Cantor Banter from their arena, the WNBA and the NBA, as two commissioners, Adam and Kathy, have yet to ban that man from everywhere. So that's a problem. And shout out to Unrivaled. They are worth $650 million. I think they are going, and I would say probably in the next 5 years that they are going to give the WNBA a run for their money. Maybe 10, 5 to 10 years, I give it. Um, the W might not be, you know, where it's at anymore. And also, it helps the women from not having to go overseas. There's more money involved. And if there's more money involved, maybe they can do a 5-on-5 instead of a 3-on-3 right now, and become an actual major league. So that's what I hope to see. Also, too, not shading the W in further. Even though NECA is retiring, I would love to see her as a commissioner. She is retiring this year. She has not had autonomy over her schedule since she was 10 years old. She is now 36. She probably will take a year or two off, and then she said that being the commissioner was not off the table. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. Okay. And stupid question. So is
It's not.
Unrivaled that's like an alternative women's sports basketball league or something like that?
Exactly. It was supposed to be an alternative to going overseas for women who were playing the W, so they wouldn't have to leave their families and their babies. And they also have babysitters at the arena for the women who play and have bring their kids and their families. They have apartments and like Airbnb, quote unquote, for the women of the W who are being recruited to the teams and all of that to bring their families with them. So that way it's just easier to, maintain your family and go to work and get paid more than they're getting paid in the W. And they play less games and they're away. They're like, traveling less time. So, you know, It's an amazing thing, and it was led by Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart came together. They're WNBA players. They came together, created this an unrivaled situation, and now we're going into, I believe, the third year. So I'm really excited about the third year. They're doing really good things, and now their company or business or league rather is worth now $650 million, and that's literally all investments and things like that. So yeah, it's exciting.
I love that. Go girls. Y'all better work.
Hmm.
And honey, and I know all the studs who play in Unrivaled, honey, they bringing all they stepkids to that daycare, honey,
Of
because
course.
you know the studs love being somebody's daddy, honey. I love to see it.
I mean, some of them are mamas too, for real.
Yep, yep. Mhm.
But yeah, it's a really beautiful thing, and I'm really happy for them. So, and they actually this year, they started recruiting like rookie college girls and things like that. So that's going to be a new thing as well. So I'm really excited about that as well.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
More talent, more players. Like you
Yes.
say, they can get 5-on-5 instead of 3-on-3. Love that.
Correct. And I think that is the goal. And then also, the first year that they had it, every woman who signed to Unrivaled to play already had stock in the company. It was just only the
Oh.
first year. So I think I want to say it was the 35 women, if I'm not mistaken, the
Hmm.
first 35 women that signed up with Unrivaled their first year were eligible for stock in the company. And after that, it just was no longer. But I thought that was genius. I thought
Yes.
it gave them, a different type of position in the league. Not only am I playing for them, but now I have stock even when I stop playing. So I
Right.
thought that was amazing as well. Just genius. Being outside of the box, thinking outside of the box,
Definitely.
doing the thing but differently, and how it benefits the players ultimately.
Love it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes, shout out to Unrivaled. I just learned what it was today, and I'm excited to know about it. That's what's up. Even though I'm not a sports ball fan, I still, there are a lot of women who are, and they are usually treated unfairly in those spaces. So shout out to those girls for making a space for those players where they don't have to go overseas, honey, and get caught up like unfortunately Brittany Griner did.
You an
Yeah,
honorary
or leave their
fan.
families.
We're gonna make you
Having
an
to.
honorary fan.
Oh,
Mhm.
thank
Right.
you.
Also, Auntie, I think you would enjoy their trophies. Their trophies is a chess queen piece, like a queen. It's a queen chess piece. It's beautiful. And then the other one, I think that's for the MVP. And then the other one is a queen chess piece, and it has three crowns on it. It literally Unrivaled has one of the two of the most beautiful trophies, and I just appreciate that so much.
Oh, I love that. And what do they do in the game of chess? Protect the queen. I
There
love
you
it.
go.
I
I do.
love
I
it.
love it too.
That's what's up. Well, and I love y'all. So thank y'all for taking time out of your busy day to come and sip tea with me. Thank you for all the education that I've actually learned today. Now we will be back tomorrow, starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another live show if you can make it. Don't forget to subscribe to a bitch. Head over to auntiederik.com, hit that big green subscribe button at the top left, and join my free mailing list. I like to send you daily hugs to your inbox. And until tomorrow, you all have a fabulous rest of your day.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.